Today, I'm going to teach you how to heat your milk to the right temperature without a thermometer. Hey guys, I'm Jimmy. Welcome back to the Tastier YouTube channel where we guide you through all things coffee. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video and hit the bell icon so don't miss out on any future videos. Today, I'm answering a question that I get all the time during coffee training, and that is when to turn off the steam when heating my milk to get the right temperature. And to be able to do that and teach you how to do that, we are going to need a thermometer so you can train your hand as to what you're feeling, when to turn that steam off, and at what point that temperature will be at the right point. All right, let's heat some milk and get stuck into it. So we're obviously preparing our thermometer so we can view that, have our steam prepped. Now I'm gonna just get my steam on prep so I can see my thermometer and watch that rise while I can still hold this and control the milk temperature. Let's have a look at this thermometer and you'll see I'm on a Lamazocco GB5, incredible steam pressure, and you'll notice how quickly this steam gets up to heat once we turn that on. I'm not going to focus on my milk texturing so much, but you can see that moving up. I can still hold this milk at about, I'm at about 40 degrees. I can't hold that. 3, 2, off. And you can see that still moving up so quickly. It's actually gone over the optimal 65 degrees that I want. And that's the biggest catch, is the variable between machines is what you really have to manage. When you're calibrating your hand, it's really about the temperature that you're getting, the steam pressure that you're getting out of the machine that's also dictating the amount of time and recipe for yourself to calibrate your hand. So for that instance, I'm basically heating that milk at 40 degrees. I couldn't hold that milk. I want to pick how many seconds of time it's going to take me before I turn that off. At that point, I probably only counted for 2 seconds at most, and then I turned that off and I was already over 50 degrees, and then I actually pushed out over 65, and 65 degrees is my optimal temperature that I want. So I've actually counted for too long. So if I was going to do that again, which I will, I'm going to turn that off just after 1 second of not being able to hold that, and that's my, and then we're going to see where we land. So let's try that again. Don't have another jug. All right, so let's try that again. Concentrating on getting our milk temperature flowing, concentrating on how many seconds I'm going to wait between not being able to hold that. I'm going to count to only 1 second after I can't hold it, then I'll turn it off and we'll see our temperature change up to the optimal time. So I can hold that. Good tip is to hold your hand on early so you feel it from cold to hot. I can still hold that fine at about 40 degrees and our 1 second off. I'm turning that off just shy of 50 degrees. And there's so much friction and momentum in that milk that I've rolled all the way up 64, 65 degrees. Perfect. That means on this particular machine, with the incredible steam pressure that I have, I only need to count to 1 second after I can't hold that jug, and that's when I'm turning that off, and that's what's going to get me to 65 degrees. So let's play that out again on the new Sanremo Cube, and I'll show you the difference when you change machines. So if you've got a home machine and you're trying to test what the best way to do it is, let's jump on a domestic machine so we can see how to test that and set you up for that home machine. All right, so let's look at more of a home setup and a domestic machine. We've got the Sanremo Cube here, and you'll see the difference in steam pressure and how that affects the amount of the friction in the milk and the amount of heat that's added over time. So I'm going to get started there. You can just see by the movement of the milk, we've got a lot less pressure than the Lamazocco and the GB5 in the commercial machine. So keeping my hand on there so I can feel it go from cold to hot. Same concept really applies, but the the milk is only slowly heating, so I can pretty well hold that. Still 40, I kind of can't hold it about there. I can't hold that, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn off at 55 degrees. And there's still a bit of movement in that. And we're rolling up, still going up. We've just come up shy of 65, which is my optimal temperature, at about 4 seconds. So next go, I just go to 5 seconds. And that's how you're calibrating your home machine, and you're getting yourself set up so that you know at what point you can't hold that. You're counting the seconds, turning that off, and then making sure you're getting to that 65 degrees. And that is how you are calibrating yourself for any machine you ever get on. Just grab that thermometer, run through those steps, and you'll be good to go. Okay, so finally, the last thing I have to talk about is the jugs you're using. Now, working in a commercial environment, you tend to have a small jug and a large jug, and that is going to dictate the amount of temperature that's being added to that jug and how fast that's happening. So if I'm steaming this small jug, it's going to happen really quickly. If I've got more milk, it's just going to take longer to steam. So that will take time, and you might actually only do a second or two in a small jug, or 3 to 4 seconds in a large jug. But the concept still remains that you're calibrating your hand to know when you can't touch that. You're counting those seconds before the optimal time to turn off so that you roll up to 65 degrees. Guys, I hope this has been helpful and answered that question that you've had. If you've got any more questions, put them in the comments below. We love reading them all and replying to them. If you don't have a thermometer already, we do sell them through our online store. We'll put a link in the description below. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the bell icon, because we're releasing heaps of videos all the time. Don't miss out. Cheers, guys. Bye.